Hello and welcome to another video. We all perfectly know that the path to financial freedom is to start investing as early as possible. We have already talked about why should you invest and how in the previous videos. But the question that a lot of people have been wondering about is, where should you invest? Name me a company or a business where can I throw my money in and get rich? Unfortunately, I have to disappoint you because I won't be answering that question. Because if you watch this video till the end, you will be able to answer that question yourself. In order to find out where is the best place to invest your money, it would be smart to look at how some of the richest men in the world do that and follow a similar strategy. And this video is based on the ideas of the second richest man in the world, Warren Buffett. So hit the subscribe button and the bell besides it, and let's jump in. There are a lot of places to invest your money: stock market, bonds, real estate, and so on. But here in this video, we'll focus only on the stock market. Stock market is basically the place where all companies come together to trade their stocks. And what is a stock? It's basically the company itself. Because companies worth billions of dollars, so they are broken down into little small pieces that are called stocks. Let's say, for example, Facebook worth $100. In other words, you can buy the entire company for $100. If it's broken into 50 stocks, for example, each stock is going to cost $2. But unfortunately, prices are way different in the real world. Facebook worth around $400 billion at the time of this video is published, so it's divided into millions of stocks. So your job is to buy the stocks that will rise up in the future so that you can sell them for a higher price. Simple, right? Not really. The question is, which stocks will rise up? Let me start with the good news. As Warren Buffett himself says, you don't have to be very smart to find that out. You just have to be patient. Stock market is not as complicated as a lot of people portray. It's a bit simpler than what you might think. Behind every stock, there is a functioning business. It could be the company that's building the phone that you're holding or the chair that you're sitting on. And in order to predict its future stock price, you have to understand the business itself. If it's a strong, solid business that has a future, its stock price will keep increasing, and if it's not, then the opposite probably will happen. And the idea is to buy businesses that are undervalued. In other words, they are sold for a cheaper price than they're actually worth. And if you're wondering how is that possible, it's simple. Lots of companies are starting out every single day all around the world. Some of them fail and some succeed, and most people don't know about them when they're still small. Of course, it's not possible to study all these companies out there and be right about each of them. And guess what? You don't have to. So Warren Buffett says you just have to be right about 2 or 3 of them that you understand and ignore those that you don't. Warren Buffett didn't make billions of dollars by investing into many different companies, but rather most of his wealth came from few successful investments: Coca-Cola, Bank of America, and few others. And the same goes to most of other rich people. In fact, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are old friends, but Warren never invested in Microsoft, although that Bill tried to convince him, simply because he did not understand it. Although that is considered to be the world's best investor, he never invested in Amazon, Facebook, or Google, which turned out to be the most successful companies of our time. Why? For the same reason. He did not understand them. You don't have to be right about thousands of companies. The idea is to look at few businesses that you understand and invest if you believe it's undervalued. Opportunities are all around. Businesses succeed and fail every day. If you understand tech companies, for example, then focus on them. If you're good with cars and transportations, maybe look for startups in that field that are working on a technology that might change the industry. Each of us has different kind of expertise, and you have to focus on the companies that you can truly understand. In fact, imagine if you're allowed to make only 20 investment decisions in your entire life. You will think hard and long before you actually make one, and that's how rich people invest. Of course, you have to understand the accounting part of any business before investing there, but we'll talk about that in the future video, so make sure you're subscribed. So don't invest if you haven't found that company yet, but keep saving money for that. Go through hundreds of companies if you have to, and the moment you come across something you like, then throw your money in. Keep in mind that stocks jump up and down every single day, so don't panic if it's going down the next day by a little margin, because if the business is really great, in the long run, it will definitely grow substantially. And now it's your turn. What do you think? Which companies in your field do you think are undervalued and are potentially going to grow? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and most importantly, benefited. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.